What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Optimal EV. Today we'll be giving you a build guide and rundown on the newest electric vehicle to hit the United States, the Volkswagen ID.4.
Yeah, I actually haven't even seen this car in person myself yet, so I'm pretty excited to build one out. For those of you who don't know, it compares pretty closely to the Mustang Mach-E, the Tesla Model Y, as well as the Chevy Bolt EUV, which we actually have already done a video on. So if you haven't seen that, make sure to click the link above and check that out.
And make sure to stay tuned for the end of the video, where we'll be giving the ID.4 a score and stacking it up against the other vehicles we've already reviewed.
Yep, let's jump into the build.
Awesome.
All right, here we are on the builder page.
So basically, we're going to give you some quick stats on the vehicle first. We have 201 horsepower on the rear-wheel drive, and then we have 295 horsepower on the all-wheel drive, where you get an additional motor in the front. And then we have 229 pound-feet of torque added onto that with a 0 to 60 of 7.4, which is what the consumers are saying. It's not an official number, with a charge time of 7.5 hours on an in-house 220-volt charger.
Yeah, with the all-wheel drive coming out soon, hopefully the end of this winter period, I think we'll probably see a 0 to 60 on the all-wheel drive version for probably between 6 and 7 seconds. Not too much faster, but definitely a little bit faster than 7.4 seconds.
Yeah, and let's hope that that range that they're giving us is accurate, because 260 miles and 249 miles in the all-wheel drive is nothing crazy, but does stack up close to where the EUV was at. So let's hop into the trims. And we are starting at $39,995, which is a lot more expensive than the Chevy Bolt EUV. So we're already jumping to that 40,000 range as a premium brand in Volkswagen. So once you add these packages, you're really going to get close to that 50,000 if you want to go all out.
Yeah, I agree. I think the default package here is pretty good for what it comes with. Heated front seats and heated steering wheel, that's always nice to have. And of course, a 10-inch display, which is actually pretty standard in most cars these days.
And then we also have our wireless charging and App Connect with wireless capabilities. So for compatible devices, that's meaning Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. Great standard features there. I usually don't expect to see at least heated steering wheel in a standard car, because of the regions that don't really need that. It'd be nice to keep the price a little lower for the people in California or Vegas. So the hotter areas don't need that. One other thing that's nice is as advanced driver assistance technology, which is standard. It seems that a lot of the EVs coming out are coming with those features standard, especially the Volkswagens, Audis, Porsche, Tesla, of course. They at least they don't have the full-on autonomous, but they have assisted driving modes. So we're going to start with just our color options at the top. We have our Glacier White Metallic, Mythos Black Metallic, and then we have Scale Silver Metallic. And then we have a Moonstone Gray, which is more of a flat color look. It's not a matte, but it's not metallic.
Yeah, they all look pretty good. I think black or Moonstone Gray is probably the best to go with. Other than that, not too many choices.
I agree. I think the Moonstone is a cool color, and the black I usually don't prefer on most standard looking models, but it does have a nice black trim around it that the black does make it look really good. Then we're going to go to our statement package. Before we do that, though, I want you to check out that we have one option for the interior, which is black cloth seating.
I honestly am a pretty big fan of cloth. I have cloth in my car right now, and I'm not really having any issues at all. I prefer it over leather, whereas you always find yourself getting stuck to leather when you're all sweaty, or it's a little bit harder to get warm, I think.
I agree. I've started out with cloth in my first car at a Honda Civic, and it's comfortable. I definitely see the pros and cons of leather and the pros and cons of cloth. Maybe if you spill stuff, it can linger a lot longer compared to leather. But there's definitely a lot of plus and minuses to both. So when you do upgrade to the Pro S, the statement package, we are going to change to a different interior, where it's going to be a leatherette standard, which is just a human-made leather. It is nice because it doesn't wear as much as leather. Yeah. And also it's renewable. So that's always cool to see.
Yeah, so the cloth looks pretty good on the interior here. I'm actually a fan of the Lunar Gray VTEX leatherette. The interior just looks a little bit cleaner than the all black. How do you feel about the two-tone?
I agree. I always like to see a different option than just black on the interior. It's nice that you can finally get that on the statement package. Maybe since you're making that statement, they give you a couple more options for the interior. It does look like you get that the ID period on the top of the seat too. I think that's a really nice touch, nice detail there.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
I would definitely go for the Lunar over the black though.
Yeah. There was a version, the first edition of this car actually had a white steering wheel, which was pretty sick. Unfortunately, that model's no longer available. I think you had to be within the first few months of pre-ordering the card in order to get that.
Yeah, let's hope they, add that. But another thing I noticed when switching the interiors is that you'll see this nice like dark brown interior trim, but when you switch to the lunar gray, you lose that and get kind of a bluish black up top. You do lose that nice two-tone on the dash, but
True.
I definitely prefer the lunar gray still.
Yeah.
All right,
And then how do you feel about the actual upgrade to the Pro S? What does it include that makes it so much better than the regular Pro version?
So to start, you do get another option for a color, and it's not just a flat color. So you do get some spunk. It's this nice blue, dusk blue metallic.
The color's not so great in my opinion.
For me, I'm someone who is very particular about my blues, and I like to have either a really dark blue or a really light blue. I don't like the in-between blues. They just don't do it for me.
I feel you.
But for the options in the Pro S, you will also have the premium LED projector headlights with the AFS, the adaptive front light system. So basically, you'll see when I change it from the Pro to the Pro S that the LEDs in the front change right here. I actually like the look of the Pro lights just because it does kind of scream Volkswagen to me.
Right.
But I'm sure the Pro S ones, because the price difference, are a lot better.
Definitely, I think something you probably wouldn't really know you're missing out on until you've experienced it and then not had it.
100%, especially when you run into a deer for the first time, and that light really does help you see it around that corner when you see those eyes light up.
Right.
That's probably my biggest benefit, and just a peace of mind to know that I'll see the road in front of me before I take the turn. Next, we have a panoramic fixed glass roof. So in the Pro, you don't get that standard, something that a lot of people do prefer. They love to have the glass, get some more light into the car. But I've also had people not care. So if you want to stick to the cheaper model, you can definitely miss out on that panoramic glass. But once you get the Pro S and you're making that statement, you're going to need that.
True.
You will get a 2-inch bigger display. So that's always nice with all the new technology in these cars. You'll be able to have a nicer, bigger display with touchscreen, of course, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. 12-way power adjustable front seats with the leatherette seating surfaces.
Yeah,
so,
that's a classic premium feature.
Yeah, once you don't have power seats, you don't even understand how bad it is.
Wow.
And then obviously, like it says, the leatherette seating, you won't be able to get those cloth seats in the statement package. We also have our hands-free, easy open and easy close liftgate. For all of you who don't know what that means, basically it's just having an electric trunk. When you push the button, it will open. When you push it again, it will close.
I think that's something they probably could have included in the standard Pro version. If they're going full premium, they have to be able to justify that additional price.
Yeah, I agree. Seeing an advanced driving assistant and heated steering wheel, but not a power tailgate, it's just something I'd prefer.
What do we have as the difference between the Pro S and the Gradient? So this is the actual only package they offer. Is it really worth upgrading?
So personally, I don't think it is $1,500. You're really changing the wheels. You're getting the black gloss roof and the silver rails and accents. So watch, when I click this, you're going to see the accents change here. And then something I really don't like is they actually add chrome to the bottom.
Oh.
Where,
yeah, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, where normally when you upgrade a vehicle, usually the black trim is kind of the upgraded styling and the more sporty styling.
Right.
In this case, it kind of makes it look a little more luxury and a little cheaper, in my opinion.
Yeah. I don't know how you feel about the larger wheels. I mean, I don't usually mind very much. Typically with electric cars, it reduces their range, not by anything drastic, but it's definitely something to consider.
Yeah, I agree. And now I changed the color to black. You can see that chrome part. I think the wheels actually look a little oversized for the car. Being 20s on this kind of mid-sized SUV look, they are a little big. I definitely prefer 19s. Really, I don't think this looks great. And then also you'll see this little kind of aluminum trim extend here. That's another little feature on there. All in all, I don't believe that this package is worth the money. I would rather stick with the Pro S and keep it around that $44,995 range.
Yeah, definitely agree with you there.
But the one thing that is cool, so say you are someone who likes different colors. The Gradient S might be for you because it will add a King's Red metallic. You are paying for that as well, though, $395. And like I said before with the black trim, I'm surprised they add this chrome here with a red and black trim car, because usually when you have a red car, black trim makes it look a lot cooler and a lot sportier. So
yeah, I do like the red. Honestly, I like the red much better than the blue. I would pick this probably over everything except for Moonstone Gray.
Yeah, it's a nice red. I really wish it was just all black trim. I think that would be a lot sportier. And you do have to pay $395 for the red, which is weird because you have to upgrade to the final package, but then you also still have to pay for the only color that is available in that package. So I think they should just include that and maybe put the price at 18 something just to make it better. I think that's a little weird that you have to add on another $395 when clicking it. And then actually, if you get the Gradient package, you can't get the lunar gray.
Alrighty, definitely not worth it in my book.
Yeah, I agree. And then at the end, like we said before, we have the rear-wheel drive that started in March. I've already started to see some. I know Sam said he mentioned he hasn't seen any. I've seen around 3 or 4 now. And then the all-wheel drive version will be coming in October to December. And this will actually allow for tow hitch as well with a dual motor powertrain, obviously for the all-wheel drive. The last thing we have on here is the accessories, which we always get to at the end.
Yep.
And we usually don't agree, or we usually agree that it's not worth the money. But this one might be maybe worth your while. So
yeah, it's fairly close to being worth it in my book.
Yeah, it's a package that kind of puts everything together, where mostly you're just getting a bunch of almost ads on the bottom of your vehicle that you kind of just increase your price for no reason. But here we have our mats included, the ID.4 mats. I love how they look. You get the front and rear. And then you'll have a heavy-duty truck liner with a cargo blocks. So I'll show you the cargo blocks real quick.
Is that trunk liner just additional protection?
Yeah, it's going to be like an all-weather mat just in your trunk.
Oh, okay.
So, and then we have the blocks here to hold in groceries, and then an EV roadside assistance kit. Really cool to have a charger in the kit. So maybe you'll need some kind of power source to plug it in for, maybe 20 minutes and get a couple miles out of it just to get to where you need to go.
Yeah, that's probably the most critical piece of this whole accessory kit. All the other parts, I would definitely recommend, always do the third-party replacement or just don't get them at all.
Yeah, so if you're someone who gets the charger included in the car and then uses that for your household, then it might be great to get this EV roadside assistance kit. I recommend that you do get a level 2 charger in your house and then keep the level 1 that comes with the vehicle inside the car for emergencies. And then we have a first aid kit, so that's just, basic. That doesn't really give me any value towards the price of the package, but, it is what it is. And then that concludes our accessories and our build out of the Volkswagen ID.4. You can reserve them now, you can build them, and they are coming to the United States, so we'll have to wait on the all-wheel drive version.
Yep, fully decked out, $46,390.
Yeah, $46,390 is a ton of money. So based on that price and all the other options in the car, we're going to give it a score.
Yep, let's check it out. All right, so for the ID.4, I gave it an overall score of 60. Some highlights here. I think the safety features are honestly really good. We watched over the NCAP footage for the safety tests, and they look pretty impressive.
Yeah, moving forward, we're definitely going to be looking at the NCAP to see actual safety when getting in accidents, but also some of the safety features that are on the car.
Yeah, I think my least favorite category so far is the speed or acceleration here. 7.4 seconds is mighty slow for a larger sized car, so not my favorite.
Yeah, also that frunk. We really had no winners so far. We're going to give an extra point to any frunks, but not happening. So I gave it a 61, just slightly higher. I think that just the charge time, we have a kind of discrepancy on what we expect from charging. I think you're just really hopeful for faster charging in the future, especially with the Ioniq 5, which will be coming out early next year or mid next year. I thought the car looked pretty good. I gave it a 6 for the exterior, but it's definitely a nice looking car, better than the EUV and similar to the EUV, but not nothing close to the EV. The warranty and tax credit, one thing that's great about that is that you get a 2-year maintenance included, and you get the 8-year 100,000 mile warranty on the battery, which is pretty standard, plus a 4-year 50,000 mile warranty on the new car limited warranty. Sam, 60 out of 100, me 61 out of 100. Definitely better than the EUV and the EV so far, so we're headed the right direction. All right, everyone, that concludes our build guide and rundown of the Volkswagen ID.4, the newest electric vehicle in the United States. If you guys have any questions and want to learn some more information about electric vehicles, we're going to be making a Discord community where all you can come and talk to us and, group up in different channels, just find out all the information on electric cars.
As always, if you guys have any questions or comments, please make sure to drop them down in the comments section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the future.